This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
Humans, what have you learned?
It's time! Yes, Gaming News Live. Episode 27. Almost at 30. Where the hell's that gone? Gee whiz, that's insane, and I can see Matt's in the chat now, so he can have that.
Hey, Matt.
Watching the football, get a life. Gaming's more important than football. But yes, we are back, episode 27. Got a lot to talk about, but before we get into all of that lovely stuff, hello to everyone in the chat. Iron Balls is here, Matt is here, of course, because he's just had his sound effect. 3023 is here as well. And I'm sure more will filter in as we go along. And I would like to say, welcome to the channel, the new subscribers that I've picked up over the last 7 days. If you are watching, or you're watching after the fact, welcome to the channel. You're always welcome to join the live streams. It's always fun and games with me and my amazing co-host, Aero Nation. How are you, my friend?
Doing pretty great, man. Finally got into being a pirate and enjoying that for the most part. Arr.
Yes, I will be starting Assassin's Creed soon enough. I have bought it, but it's not exactly on my list of things to play at the moment. because it's still very, very sweaty here in the UK. But yes, Aero, you have been busy as well over on your channel. You are linked. He is linked in the description, and will get a collab if I remember to do it when it goes. He has to remind me sometimes. You have Monday morning session was a good one.
Yeah. Great.
You're getting there, my friend. You're getting there. I know you keep looking at my sub count. Don't do it. It'll just depress you. What have you been playing other than Assassin's Creed?
Still, there's a couple more days. Kind of my little PSA for any of the people that still play COD. I think we're down to 2 more days left to finish out the Nicolas Cage event that they got going on. So I've been grinding a little bit of that, and then, of course, playing Assassin's Creed, and then Saturday I dabbled in a little bit of the Pirate Yakuza, the Hawaii
all right,
game.
Okay. Well,
Not too shabby.
Me, I bought Assassin's Creed. I bought it from my partner because she's never played it. So it's one of the Assassin's Creed. She got into it quite late. She's more the RPG era of Assassin's Creed. She couldn't really get her head round the whole non-RPG ones, which I think are better. Yes, and I bought Stalker 2, which obviously that I've had fun trying to get that working. HDR is, I hate it. I really, really do. And now I know why I went to console. But I will get my head around it. And yeah, the one thing, and I can see him in the chat, my man, Iron Balls, guess what? I finished it. I finished Resident Evil. Yes, finally done it. It still crashes. I'm just not having, I'm going to put that on the back burner now. I've had enough. I've done my one playthrough. I've seen the end. I might go back when the DLC drops if they optimize it so it works. I did explain to Aero Nation I'm going to try a few little online tips to try and get it, see if the issue is, 1, where I've got it plugged in, 2, of clearing the caches and all that lovely stuff. Because my console's clean. I've took it apart. There's nothing in the heatsink, so it shouldn't be shutting down on me. But yeah, enough of that. It's been one hell of a week. But if you haven't noticed, I've been busy. I know Aero Nation has. He's been putting out his live streams, but I've also put out a little video about Ill. If you haven't checked it out, please go and do so. So anyone after the fact, go and check that out. Plus, I am throwing shorts out like they're going out of fashion. There's 3 of them floating around on YouTube. So if you happen to see them, please remember to give them a thumbs up and comment if you would like to. But what are we going to talk about tonight, you may be asking? Yes, Iron Balls, I know, about time. I know, I only did it because I got shouted at on Magcast. That's the only reason I did it. When you've got Mag, who is the Resident Evil expert, telling me that I have literally done a scummy thing and not finished Resident Evil, I had to go and do it. But it was painful. It was like pulling teeth. Constantly running back to save points and all that lovely stuff. But tonight we are going to talk about, before I go off on a tandem, because yes, I am drinking an energy drink, and it is about 25 degrees here, so I am a little bit sweaty. PlayStation, I'm going to talk about tonight. Xbox, all of the drama there with idSoftware, and then we're going to finish off with a few light-hearted bits, because guess what? It's not all doom and gloom in the games industry. So, Aero Nation, I know you were talking about a few things on your Monday morning session, but PlayStation, they are being a little bit stupid.
I think it's a little bit stupid.
Yeah. Because they have actually come out, and this is over on WCCF Tech. Obviously, Aero Nation will probably have completely different websites to me, because all I do is send him the topics, and he just dives into the rabbit hole. They're saying here the actual article's titles, PlayStation braces for the storm. Oh, yes, they're bracing. As analysts call, go away, you stupid ad, call disc protests toothless, but CEO's 50% stock sell-off tells another story. So, obviously, this is all about PlayStation ditching physical discs and going all digital as of 2028. Is this a worrying thing when the CEO comes out and goes, I'm selling up?
Yeah, well, to go even further with it, it's bad enough when the CEO does it, but then it's even worse when people try to damage control it as anything less than what it is. Like, I saw people trying to say, oh, well, in the business world, a lot of CEOs do this. They'll preset out certain dates throughout the year for them to sell stock and whatnot, and then, oh, this was just, I'm like, the dude sold $4 million worth of his own stock in the company. And then other not other CEOs, but other higher ups at Sony followed suit.
Yes, it's definitely one of these moments. Because PlayStation ponies are literally kicking off. But this is actually on the article on WCC F-Tech. It's Serkan Toto. I'm probably saying his name completely wrong, but it is what it is. Also, he's an analyst for... Who was it they said he was? Where is he? He's the CEO of the Japanese games industry's consultancy firm Kantan Games, and he has been asked questions about the whole Sony situation. He has come out and said, I sympathise with physical media fans, but Sony will not reverse this decision, which is what he's told IGN. They, of course, knew what the online reaction would look like, and they are now waiting for the storm to pass. So they are burying their heads firmly in the sand and going, we don't care. You're not getting physical media in the future. Deal with it. What the hell are they thinking? Not only if... I know Grand Theft Auto's the kind of lit the fuse for this, but for PlayStation to do this is absolutely bonkers. I couldn't get my head around the fact of they have literally just gone, well, we're not going to tell you anything. End of. 2028, that's it. You're done with physical. Tough. If you want to play your discs, keep your PlayStation 5. Really?
Yeah, it's getting to the point where we're getting close to a timeline where PlayStation might pull their own Don Matrix and be like, oh, hey, the people that want a disc drive, we have a console for you. It's called the PS5.
Yeah.
Dude, I could literally, like, realistically, that could be a thing that happens.
Yeah, because it also states here, Jim Ryan has also sold a load of stock on the same day. Are the rats fleeing the ship?
Looks like
is it sinking?
No, I think it's more the thing where there's a plague on the ship, and the rats would rather drown than endure the plague.
I just...
But I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were saying that, you know, big brain move for the CEO and the other higher execs. What if they know that their stocks are going to be trending down for a little bit? What if they're selling now while it's high?
Yeah.
Letting it go through this weird change, or what they're going to claim is weird change, and then jump right back in.
I don't know. I honestly think, as I keep saying, Sony have put themselves on an island with the PS6. As we spoke about last week, that they decided that they were going to aim the PlayStation 6 at PC.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. I think that Asha Sharma sold them the cupboard.
Yeah.
They've got the whole cupboard of rigs. 78 income selling all my PlayStation stock.
You can see 78 Emperor Hound.
Typhus Neon's there as well. Hello, my friend. Typhus. Emperor Hound. Welcome. I would hit the button, but I'm too busy looking at this stupidity that is PlayStation. But this Serkan Toto isn't the only analyst thinking these protests will be ineffective. It's really interesting seeing everyone discover for the first time, apparently, certain things that are standard. Are you trying to say that the entire PlayStation community has just had their head in the sand and they, oh, we don't care? This is going to backfire epically for PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I think going into the PS6 generation, like me personally, like I'm good with pattern recognition. Everything that I see is telling me we're getting a rehash of the PS3 360 gen.
Yeah. They are not thinking this through in the slightest. I'm just boggled because obviously there's a lot of podcasters that are talking about this at the moment. Some of them probably not being as amicable or positive as we are, because the way I look at it, we'll get into the other bit that's going to make this feel even more positive, especially for me. But we'll get into that shortly. But this, it's like our dear friend Red Wolf. I am going to throw his link in the description because bless him, me and Aero were going to be on his show tonight, and it kind of all went a little bit Pete Tong, and he was trying to do it earlier, but I wasn't available. Aero Nation, as I found out, was actually asleep, so we weren't available for it. He was going to do it at like 6:30 my time, which is like what, lunchtime for you guys.
Yeah,
so,
like 1 o'clock.
I was kind of like, yeah, I can't make it, mate. But he's got things going on in the background, so unfortunately he's had to cancel tonight. So I will put his link in the description. Anyone watching after
show
the
him
fact,
some love.
go over there, sub to his channel, watch a load of his videos, because the guy is kind of pulling what hair he has got out with trying to get some form of consistency on his channel. So please go and support Red Wolf Renegade. And obviously, we will be on the show at some point. I'll keep in contact with Red and find out when he can nail down his episode. But he is a massive physical collector. He loves his physical. And I feel for the guy. Me, personally, I kind of gave up on physical years ago. But this guy, you can tell I've seen his Twitter posts. The guy's crying. You can tell that this really, really sucks. I feel sorry for them people. I used to have, no word of a lie, I think I've still got 150 original Xbox games in a box somewhere. I think they're actually at my parents' house because I've got no room here for them. And I've still got the original console. And I used to have probably the same in 360 titles. So I can see where these physical collectors are really starting to, because it's not just a case of we're losing physical, it's the ownership of your games. The only issue I've got with that is you don't own anything on the disc. Anyway, there's nothing on the discs for these current gen games. It's just a digital code that it reads off the disc and installs it. But can you see a renaissance happening? Because that's what I'm getting the vibes. I was talking to somebody about it, and I can see a lot of retro really taking off now.
Yeah, I think with because I'm gonna be honest, the way Red framed it and how he sees it actually kind of made me change how I see it a little bit. Because end of the day, his main thing was he just wants to be able to take the game, open it.
Yeah.
Whether the whole thing's on the disc or if it's just a license, he just wants to be able to take the physical thing, stick it in the physical box, and off to the races.
Yep.
And to that extent, I'm like, okay, that part I can really get behind because obviously I'm 31, so I grew up with physical media, VHS, CDs, cassette tapes, vinyl, DVDs, all that stuff, and so part of me feels impartial to that because it's like that's nostalgic to me. I like the physical media, but at the same time, I'm also like, well, the future is going to be digital, whether we want it to be or not. We've passed the point of us having a say. Yeah, exactly. We've passed the point of us having a say. That was 10 years ago.
Yeah, I personally, I think a lot of podcasters, Mag actually stated it on XNC. It will become a niche thing. You will pay more. But the problem that I've got there, when I was listening to XNC, and you've got Colt and Mag going on about physical being a niche thing, and digital's the way forward, and it's the future, that's just the way it is. Everyone voted with their wallets. They all have digital libraries now. To me, the problem that you've got is, one, the licensing.
Yeah.
We already saw PlayStation stand on the rate the other week when they got rid of 551 movies off the PlayStation Store. So if you're telling me your digital libraries are safe, I'm not holding my breath. But for me, listening to them going on about physical being niche, that's where I'm seeing this retro. Because if you look at vinyls making a comeback,
yep,
people as
CDs,
CDs are coming back. As was it Iron Balls has just said in chat, I just bought an Xbox 360 yesterday, and something else I'm trying to get as many physical games. The only physical games I now own are a couple. Well, all of my Assassin's Creed titles are physical bar Shadows. So I've got the discs all the way back to the Xbox 360. And all of my PC games. But guess what? PCs don't come with a disc drive. Yep. So as much as I've bought a brand spanking new PC, I can't actually use any of them because I haven't purchased a disc drive. Plus, I don't think they would run on Windows 11. Some of them are old. But for me, listening to them all, it's a squabble. Just roll with the times. I understand physical is going to be pushed to one side. Nobody's in 5 years' time. Nobody's going to care.
I think honestly, I think it's going to be more. There's going to be more like boutique outlets that do it. Like I think of Limited Run, which I know some people have issues with them, but I'm just using them as an example. I mean, there's already companies that do it, so it's like,
yeah,
people don't want physical. It seems like once everything does start going fully digital, if you want a physical copy of a game, you got to start going to the publishers and the development studios and be like, hey, we want this on physical. Is there anything you can do? Like, that could be, maybe that's how pre-orders kind of stay relevant. Is if you want physical, they have to get X amount of pre-orders, which I don't really agree with that option. But I mean, that is an option. Yeah,
there's plenty of options they could go down. It's like Matt saying in chat, even at this point, if everyone went, we want physical and we ain't buying, then everyone or every platform didn't buy a thing. They started producing physical copies again lightning fast. No, they won't.
Yeah, the problem with that is casual audience. You're never going to convince casual to get it. There's a reason why they're called casuals, because everything is convenience based.
Yep, it's drop in,
Digital's
drop out.
Convenient.
Uninstall it off your hard drive. You don't have to go hunting for a disc. You don't have to look after that said disc. Because I watch my son with some of his stuff, and you're thinking, if I did that when I was a kid, I'd cry. I used to take my trade-ins. The guys in game would ask me if I'd even used the damn thing. It wasn't it literally it lived in the console while I was playing, and then when I wasn't playing, that thing was in its case and just sat on the shelf.
I was the opposite. I was terrible with my disc, and I beat myself up every day for it.
Yeah,
But I mean, granted, most of the games I had on PS2, I've even went and looked online at what they're worth. Like, they're like the generic. Like most of the games I had were like part of the greatest hits. Like a lot of the racing games, like your Ford Racing, Corvette Racing, any XYZ car manufacturer racing.
Yeah. K-Rock, hello, my friend. You're in the chat. Yeah, it's just one of them. It's a kind of a touchy subject. Physical and digital.
Yeah.
And I feel for the people that are going to lose out. I will hold my hands up, and I've said it on Red Wolves. I think it was when we were both on Red Wolves. I love the smell. I used to drive my ex-wife mad because I'd buy a game, and I think I got addicted to it. That's why I had so many games, because I'd literally just buy it so I could open it and have that new paper smell. And I'd sit there for like 5 minutes sniffing the case before I'd even install it. So people can call me weird. You can clip it if you want. I don't care. But that's just the way. That's what makes gaming great. Everyone has their little quirks, as you say. But for me, digital is the way forward. I haven't purchased anything physically for a very long time. I think, as I said, we've touched on this over the last week or so. I think Assassin's Creed Valhalla was my last physical title. I can't store them. I've got no room. And it's convenient. It is convenient. But the bit that is scary is the digital licensing, whether or not you're going to lose your games. But the bit, especially with Sony and the way they've been, it's just shutting out the entire fan base. With not even an explanation. Yeah,
like with what Bernie's saying, Sony has 4 lawsuits against them currently over physical media. And I think the future of physical media is going to be I don't want to say heavily reliant, but at least to some degree reliant on how those cases play out.
Yep. And can see 78 is educating Matt. Yes, ownership of products has died. It has.
Yeah, and we've let it. And that's the thing. Yeah. And we, at some point, we the consumers have to take a little bit of responsibility for getting to this point because, like I said earlier, we should have been having these arguments 10 years ago when they started doing all this, but they hit all the license end dates and all this other stuff behind the walled garden of, oh, well, hey, you buy it digitally. It's easy. You can forever. And it's like, no, that's not how it works.
Because the other thing I was going to bring up, because obviously I kind of went on a tangent and lost my train of thought, is if they are going to go down this whole niche market, if you pay us extra, we'll give you a physical disc with the game on, so you've got it. They need to sort pricing out for digital titles, because if you were to think back to when digital first started, we all had this thought of, if it's digital, it's going to cost less. There's no disc, there's no case, there's no manual, there's no shipping, nothing. But we're now paying more for a digital title than we were paying for physical. I think they need to sort out.
Well, I think the thing that they're trying to do what Nintendo did. And it's like, oh, well, hey, you can get the physical game, but it's $10 more than the digital. I think they're using that to get as close to $90 or $100 as they possibly can. Nintendo was the first one to try it. Sony and even Microsoft, they're both going to try to do. They're going to do everything they can to make sure that we don't have control over the things that we buy, so that when they remaster it in 5 years, they can just rip the license out of your library and then say, oh, well, there's a new one. We're not supporting this, so we can't guarantee that it's going to work. You don't have access to it anymore.
It will be one of them. It'll be, oh, we brought a sequel out. You don't need the first one anymore. That is the way it's going to go, unless something changes with regards to them changing. One, their refund policies, two, the licensing issues, and actually stating that when you buy digital, you own it. That's all they need to sort this problem out. That's all they need to do. But personally, I think the way Sony have done it is absolutely disgusting. 78 Inc. Dude, you are on form. You bought toothpaste. You don't own that either. Dude, 78 is...
That's why I started buying digital toothpaste.
Well, it's digital KFCs and digital Domino's going forwards by the look of things. But no, I think the worst part about this whole Sony situation is just the way they've done it. If I was to sum it up quite easily, because obviously we've been going at this for we're 25 minutes in and we're rinsing Sony. But for them to sell stock, CEO Jim Ryan sold a load of his stock, and then to just go, we're not talking to you, end of, is by far the stupidest thing Sony could have done, because this is going to tie quite nicely into the next little bit, because it all ties in. Everything at the moment is tying in quite nicely. Is Xbox, are they going to take advantage of this situation? I think they might do. Because this week, I think it's this week, Project Proton supposed to be launched out?
Yeah, but I think if it is launched out this week, I think they're going to do it how they do everything else, and it's going to eventually roll through the different rings of the Insider program before it hits the masses.
So anyone that's watching or listening after the fact, it's a case of Project Proton is disc to digital. So this is technically Microsoft's way of... appeasing the masses, because if you own a physical copy, of say Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which I own, Aero's going to go find one off his shelf. There you go. Bloody hell, that thing's like rocking horse, mate. That's got to be worth some money, because that's not even on a digital store.
Yeah, they pulled it. I got it a couple years back at a pawn shop. I randomly went in. They had like 15 Xbox One games. Saw that one, and I was like, "How much for that?" And they're like, "I think I paid $27 for it, or $32."
How much do you think that's worth now?
I think it's worth like 40 or 50. It hasn't gone up very much.
Because I know when the Deadpool movies came out, especially Deadpool and Wolverine, the price, people were clambering for that. Yeah. They were clambering. Go on. Because then you'd be like, ooh, new graphics card.
I do know the PS4 version's worth more, obviously.
I've actually got a copy of that, but I don't have a case with it. We had a little thing over here called Love Film. You know, when you used to be able to postal rental your games. And they went bust, and I never sent the copies back. So I've actually got 4 Xbox titles, Xbox 360 games, that I've got Love Film stickers written all over them. And one of them is Deadpool. Might have to stick that on eBay.
Yeah, because I'm looking and like there's actually not. Let me actually go to eBay and find recent selling.
While I was looking at that, let's see what's going on. I know Matt and 78 are having a bit of a fight tonight over digital and physical media. Gee whiz. Starting to look at it.
150?
Yeah. Ooh, really?
That's what he's saying.
The Great War. Nintendo is doing $10 cheaper for the digital. They said at the beginning of the Switch 2 life cycle that they were going to do a variable pricing. $80 games are rough, but overall they have had a range. That's going to have to happen. That will have to happen at some point. They're going to have to try and find a happy medium with the old physical and digital copies. He's also stating here a lot of games have been more expensive than $80 for a long time, but have been marketed as DLC or bonus material when it contains game content. Ooh, a bit like Black Flag. Because only Ubisoft can put DLC for Black Flag Resynced. That's worth more than the base game is. Cha-ching. They didn't think that through. Oh dear.
I just found out that that game came with a manual. I do not have it. But it's still worth like $30 to $40.
Yeah.
Just with the disc in the case.
That's not bad for a 360 title.
They got ported to Xbox One.
Yeah, they need to put that. Here's a question. Since we're talking about Project Proton and disc to digital, would that work?
What, the Deadpool game? Yeah. Because what I've heard, it's Xbox One, or was it? It's Xbox One and Series games that you are supposedly going to be able to do that with.
Digital license for Deadpool on Xbox.
If you haven't already bought it.
That works.
I'm
just thinking to myself, if they've pulled that from the digital stores, how are you going to get digital license? That could be where they could get unstuck.
Back end. I think it's on the back end, and it's because I don't think most games get like removed from the storefront in the way people think. It's they do hit an end of life date where the publisher pulls the game from the platforms, but just because it gets pulled doesn't mean that you suddenly lose access to it. Especially on PC, it's just if you bought it, you own it. If you didn't, pay out the butt for it on a code reseller site if you want it that bad.
Yeah. It's interesting what Xbox are doing with that. I'm looking forward to seeing how it works. Because that would be nice. Because it's one of these, I think Colt was talking about it, and Jess Corden knows how it works. And look, I think he's done an article. I didn't really go and have a look. Because for me, I don't really touch much of my old games. Unless it's something I haven't finished, I don't tend to go backwards. But it's something along the lines of if you to say lend that game to a friend later down the line, you lose your digital rights to it. If I'm trying to remember what Colt said yesterday, you won't if it's at some point it's part of that digital license, depending on what it is. You don't need a disc in the disc tray anymore. So I can see how it's going to work, but that brings us on to how Xbox could potentially blindside PlayStation with all of that nonsense we've been talking about, and put a disc tray in Helix. Now, we kind of touched on this last week, that being an open system that you should be able to use whatever you want on this next-gen console. Do you think they're going to, obviously they now have come out and stated that they are still re-evaluating, they haven't locked anything down, they don't even know what Helix is yet, they've only got the SoC, they don't know what it looks like, they don't know, there's nothing. It's scaring the hell out of me considering they're supposedly putting out these dev kits at the beginning of next year. I'm kind of like, we're getting to the end of July. I think you need to kind of speed things up a little bit here. But do you think they're going to blindside and go, right, we're going to stay physical?
I have a feeling that with how up against the ropes they are with getting the actual what the console is going to be, the parts, the shape, everything, I think they are going to had a brain fart again.
It happens. The joys of live. Matt saying in the chat while you try and catch up with that thought that's just run away from you.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
If Xbox doesn't have a disk drive, they can sync right on top of Sony. Not necessarily.
I'm thinking with Xbox, I think they're at the point where they kind of have an idea of what they want it to look like, and I have a feeling that mock-up doesn't have a disk drive. So in my mind, the way I think that they're thinking is, it's like, all right, do we go back to the board and redesign this thing to put a disk drive in it, or do we just go slap it on USB?
Yeah, they could go either way. They really could, because I think
the thing is,
it'll push the price up if they put it in.
But also too, if they could find a way to subsidize the disk drive for those that want it, if they could get it like under $60 somehow as like an additional thing. I don't think there'll be pushback on it, but I don't think the pushback will be as bad as not having the disk drive at all.
I think for me, if they were clever, and this is going from a competitive standpoint, not because I like Xbox or anything like that, but anyone who would be competing in this marketplace, seeing people go fully digital and all of the drama that PlayStation have done, personally, I'd be going, we're putting a disc tray in this, because we could steal a load of fans from PlayStation over onto our console. It wouldn't even be a contest. It'd be like, well, they're doing physical media, they're not. Guess where I'm going? I'm going where the discs are. And I can see that happening. I can see them literally just going, see ya. I can see PlayStation losing a lot of people.
Well, there's already PS4 owners that are like, wait, so if I upgrade to your PS5, when PS6 comes out, you're already telling me my discs are either not going to work or I'm not going to be able to keep buying discs, so I have no future with your brand if I like physical media. Xbox, it's still like, I don't know, but I mean, also if you look at Xbox's track record, Xbox One, they added 360 support, even went back and added support for some original Xbox games, and then have kept that going forward. PlayStation, on the other hand, I have several games in my PlayStation 5 digital library that I can't play on PS5. I literally click on or I hover over it, and it's like playable on PS4. I'm like, what do you mean?
I think they'd be stupid to go, oh, we're just going to go the same way as Sony. I think there's got to be some disk drive feature in some way. Yeah. Because Asha's not playing softball with PlayStation. She's like...
Oh, she's playing old school, like late 80s, early 90s dodgeball with the giant red balls that you got smacked with that. You had a whelp on your face for a month.
She is literally just... She's going all in. Yes, we'll get onto a few little things that a lot of people have been whinging about on the dear old internet with regards to a certain development house within inside Xbox, but we'll get to that in a bit. But when it comes to Asha, she's even come out and stated, this is news that dropped, I think it was the end of last week, I think it was, about the whole, we're going to do more exclusives. It ain't just them two.
Yep.
Elder Scrolls 6 is potentially Xbox console exclusive.
They literally have a multi-prong approach that they're building, that if PlayStation doesn't get their head out of their butt and, like, soon, I'm telling y'all, we're going to see a repeat of PS3 360, except this time it's going to be, do you want digital or do you want some option for a physical?
Oh, yes. This is going to be the rebirth of the console wars. And it's going to be absolute bloodshed when it comes to PlayStation going against Xbox. And the fact of PlayStation coming out and going, oh, we're focusing on PC. Really? You haven't got the financial backing to take PC on. Not a chance. What, you're going to pick a fight with Steam? Even Microsoft are probably on the fence going, because there's rumours that they might even just hide Steam and GOG. Push them. We're not going to give you an
you have
outcome.
access to them, but you're
Yeah.
not gonna. It's not gonna be right up there main screen.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, Steam, Epic Games, GOG.
No, the Helix is going to be fully fledged Xbox Store, straight down the middle. And if you want to install anything other than Xbox Store stuff, it'll either be browser or it's going to be hidden within a menu, and you're going to have to start diving deep to find it.
Yep.
Is it? I'm sure it is Ryther. Welcome. You were here last week.
Good to see you, Ryther.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay, the welcome
My eyes
button.
got big looking at what 78 was saying.
Oh, what? Come on then.
Steam just made $11+ billion the first half of this year alone.
Wow, that's just insane. But some of that is probably going to get caught up in that lawsuit with dear old Steam, and you can't put your indie game anywhere else at a cheaper price. That's one that's kind of going on at the moment, but that's a pit that I don't want to dive into. Anything that's Steam related and the lawsuit, I'm staying well away from, because that is like a deep dark hole that you're probably not coming out of. But no,
Yep.
I think Xbox, it's one of them. I think they've got a way of kind of blindsiding PlayStation, and I think they're going to do it. I think we're going to get an announcement 25th anniversary this November.
Yep. Also, too, like I was saying at the Xbox event thing that we did a stream for, where was the backwards compatibility announcements at? This ties right into that, too.
Yeah, good question. And the thing that is kind of funny is I kind of switched back to PlayStation for a minute. The one thing that they're not doing, what is happening next month?
Next month.
I think it's around the 23rd of August.
Oh, I was thinking of the Gears of War E-Day.
I'm on
beta.
about the second biggest game show, which is Gamescom.
Oh, yeah.
They have announced they are not going to make an appearance. I'm not surprised with all of the news.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
they're not making an appearance at Gamescom. That is fully fledged Xbox territory. Xbox are all they announced not long after the showcases, we're at Gamescom. Could we hear something about Helix at Gamescom? Little snippet. Disc physical.
Maybe.
God, there's so many different avenues. But for me, obviously, it all ties in together with PlayStation and Xbox, because they're always going to fight each other. Anyone that thinks they're not, you're a bit delusional. But Xbox, for me, my gut feeling's telling me they are going to have a disc tray, disc drive, disc tray, whatever you want to call it. They are going to have something with this console.
Yeah.
Just
They would be stupid
because
not
of
to.
PlayStation.
But I will say this. Though. It would not be anything new or different if they decided to not do it.
No.
So let's just leave that option there, because like we both said, they haven't confirmed yay or nay on it. They're like, oh, well, PlayStation did that and people are pissed. Do we want to follow suit and deal with that? Especially with us being in the middle of a reawakening.
Yeah, I think it's going to be an interesting couple of months. November.
Yep, for sure.
Put a mark in the calendar. November. We will have to wait and see. But what is chat saying? And thank you to the 10 people that are currently in a chat. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. And the other thing that you might need to check, because obviously a lot of you will find out that I'm going live on a Tuesday because I drop it in all the social medias. But please check your bell and your notifications, because I have been told that YouTube is doing its usual trick of turning everything to personalized again.
Oh, I was going to say too, on that note, anyone that's in my personal Discord, they should know the second that you go live, because I actually have a category called Friends Content, and anyone that's in my server specifically that streams, all of y'all's stuff, as soon as y'all post it, it gets pushed out.
Yep, and Seth Monsters is in the house.
Welcome.
He's late.
He's always late.
Yeah. To him, this is early.
And Seth, you actually turned up at the right time because we finished talking about the bit that you probably would have lost your mind over. So yes, I'm sure you'll drop a comment. I know what you're like, Seth. But yeah, I'm not going to constantly go on about the whole PlayStation thing. The other thing that I will mention about Xbox, though, is the Xbox fans are literally using this new platform that Asha put out for the... Give us your ideas. Give us your thoughts. Oh, what the hell did they call it? It's
Player's voice.
yeah. They are smashing the hell out of that. We've put a dish tray in.
I'll
This is over on instantgaming.com or
see if I can find it
news.instantgaming.
on the Player's voice.
Players are calling in droves for physical disc versions of Project Helix. Now, if the fans are shouting this loud enough, I can guarantee you she is not going to go, no. We got exclusives. This girl don't care. She's playing for the long haul. She's got 5 years on her term. She wants that to be repeated for another 5. She's going to do what she's got to do. And if it's all over the whole Player's voice, we are definitely going to be getting something in the news in the very near future.
So I actually found the Player's voice thing, and it's literally, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th one down has 11.1 thousand upvotes with 898 comments. It says allow disc-based games with Project Helix.
Oh, here we go. A 78 ink and the dang Helix better not have a money-grabbing external disk drive either. Me personally, 78, as we spoke about last week, I don't think they'll put a disk drive in it. What I think they're going to do is they're going to go, put whatever you want on it.
Yeah, you don't need to have. You don't have to buy like with their the SSDs with the custom form factor specifically for the Xbox. They could just say, like, I mean, with Xbox, most people don't know this. Most webcams, you can literally just plug most 1080p webcams into an Xbox, and it just works with Twitch. You don't have to do anything else. It just works.
Yep, I think that's the way that they're going to do it. I think it won't be a case of they are going to say, right, we are putting a disk drive in the Helix. I think they'll just make an announcement and go, by the way, you can put any single Blu-ray player you want on this console. Period. It could be a cheap and nasty one, or it could be a high-end one. As long as it can read the disc. That is what I think they'll do. They will put that option in the player's hands and not in their pocket.
Yep.
If you want to go out and spend $100 on a Blu-ray player to plug it into your next Xbox, that is what they're going to do. That's what I would... If I was in Asha's position, that's what I'd be like, look, instead of us taking that extra hit on cost, because we're trying to keep the price down on this console, give them the option to just plug in whatever they want. Yep. I think they're going to go the same way with pads, headphones. They're going to open it up. They're going to do away with this whole has to be certified by Xbox, because that thing does my head in. I think we spoke about it last week as well. I think it was.
You know why they do that, right?
Go on.
It's because the wireless system that they use is proprietary to Xbox. You have to license that technology from Xbox to even think about putting it in your accessory.
I think they can open that up. I think they could open that up, and I think that's the way forward. Even if it's a case of it's not the Bluetooth side with the headphones and stuff like that, disk drives, I think you can plug any USB keyboard into the Xbox Series X.
Yep.
They're already doing it.
And if you think about it too, they're already getting closer and closer to being PC-esque, not just from a hardware perspective, but the operating system, how accessories function with said system. Like, so the next logical step for them is literally just open up everything.
Yeah, open up floodgates. Oh, look, Matt Aero being Todd Howard, it just works. Oh, dear. 78 and Wraith were having a good one. Wraith has stated there it's Xbox is a good console, they just didn't market it right. But 78's reply is actually quite funny. Yes, they did. TV. Yeah, the Sarah Bond advertising. Gotta love the woman. Absolute plonker. But what can we do? We've got to learn to live with that and try and forget about it. But no, the Xbox is a bloody good console. Unless you're playing Resident Evil Requiem. But I'm not going to get into that. It's an amazing console. It's the best design console they've ever done.
Yeah, and that's why I think me being on PC kind of ruined Xbox for me, and PlayStation too, because I went from being okay with what I was given on console to seeing what is possible with more powerful hardware, and I'm like, this is amazing. And then I have to remind myself when I go back to play on my consoles, it's like, okay, this isn't my PC. It is what it is. It's not that the game's bad, that the hardware's bad. It's just it's not comparable to PC.
Yep. Matt, I'm not being horrible. I have heard that every single generation of Xbox since I bought my first one. They will never conquer Japan. Ever. Xbox is a Western console. End of story. They are not going to try and push into PlayStation. Well, I don't even think there's a lot of massive amount of PlayStations in Japan. They're PC.
Yeah, a lot, and also too, I think that's another reason why like the RAM manufacturers and everyone has been wanting to jump the prices up, because it's like, well, they saw the writing on the wall. Consoles are kind of like, they're not going extinct per se, but they're kind of on life support.
Yeah, the gap between consoles and PC is, the line's blurred already. Even with the Series X, you've got your web browser on there. You can do a lot of things you could do with a PC on your Series X without the fluff. You don't need Word. You don't need Office or any of that stuff. It is technically a Windows PC without the fluff. I saw him ask Era if he's still jealous of me cause I didn't buy an Xbox. Oh, really?
No.
That to me is still, and to me, I think handheld's still a niche product. I don't think that's ever been optimized well enough. The ROG is getting there. From what I've seen, I just think it's going to take a couple more generations of handheld for that to actually be the going standard for handheld gaming.
Price too. Price with anyone that knows anything about tech, the more you shrink the product, the more expensive it gets. And that's the growing pains handhelds are dealing with right now. Is just the cost of your thing being this big, your chip being this big.
Right, I have an Xbox ROG Ally that I can sell. I don't use it. Arrow. You can negotiate that one out outside of the stream. But 78 Inc. saying, to the great war, no lie, the Xbox Series X is very well built. In my honest opinion, it's the best console they built, hands down. No overheating unless you're playing Resident Evil. You can drop it on Godzilla's head and it won't break. As I said, unless you're playing Resident Evil. And I said to Aero before we started the show, I'm probably going to give Code Veronica, as much as I've never played it, I'm going to wait. I'm not going to get burned again. I'm going to let them
playing on PC. I'm telling you right now, I had no issues with RE9 with Requiem. At least I can remember. If I did, it was very, very minor.
This is how unoptimized. I don't know if it's because I know I've been down that rabbit hole on Reddit for Resident Evil on Xbox, and it hard crashed once the other day when I was playing it. I told Ironballs I was gonna turn my Xbox into online mode so that you could all see that I was playing Resident Evil, and it only hard crashed once and turned the console off. Every single other time it crashed was the dashboard. And if majority of games that crash dashboard on Xbox it's a software issue, not a hardware issue. that is something going wrong within the code, corrupt files. It seemed to happen mainly in the cutscenes. So there's an issue there, stability-wise. Hopefully, please fix it. Because for what I have played, and I got to the end, I really enjoyed it. It definitely lost its scare towards the end. Once you get past a certain point, that thing just turns into an all-out just gore fest. Even when you're playing as Grace, you're just kind of like, yes. All I'll say, the liquors section.
Yep.
That was just fun. They're not scary anymore.
Nah.
The big baby was scarier than the liquors. You kind of look at the liquors and go, really? Bring it.
You start looking at them like bugs instead of like actual things that could rip you apart.
Oh, well, what else we got? Where are we? Let's scroll back up. Great While, I've tested the ROG Ally X and the Lenovo Legion Go 2 at Best Buy. Demo games need to be a lot better to get people to buy them. Buy them though. Yep, I think it's still a niche market. Still a niche.
Yeah, but also I think a lot of people don't realize too that the more that mobile phones progress, because you gotta think about it. We're already paying $1,000 for the phone that's in our pocket.
Yep.
And they're already pretty powerful. So like, I mean, you're telling people not to get excited. Not you specifically. Like people are like, don't get excited for mobile. It's like, you do realize, like, look at 10 years ago when when we started hearing rumors of the Switch 1, it was like, portable? Wait, they're not Nintendo, because that was a big thing too. It was like, because Nintendo had their home console and their handheld, the Switch 1, and people were pissed about that too.
Yep. And everyone thought that it would be easy to dock the ROG, but it's not. Aseth Monsters. That guy's trying to create a Frankenstein with an ally. You got to power a small country, Seth. Mobile,
probably.
78 mobile leads all platforms when it comes to gaming numbers. Yes, it does. But I think if you were to look at mobile compared to your games consoles and your PCs, they've plateaued when it comes to technology. Nothing's changed in, say, the last decade, except for faster processors. Screens are the same. You might have some that you can fold and flip and all of that lovely stuff. But if you actually were to look at your generic layout of phones now with Samsung and all that, they're all the same. Just different specs. That's it. Whereas if you look at your gaming and your PC, you look at Nvidia are already pushing for their next generation cards and their next generation AI. AMD are the same. They're pushing all of their stuff. Mobile is kind of, for me, it's like I'm using a Pixel 7. Yes, I'm on a Google phone. The next 3 pixels don't look any different to the Pixel I've got, so why would I pay extra just to change the digit at the end? That's just my thinking anyway.
Well, it's incremental. It's like the way I see it, especially with like mobile phones. The way I look at it is every other year. Look at what they do every other year. Don't look at what they do every single year. If you do, you're going to think the needle's never moving forward.
Yep.
But if you start looking at increments instead of every single, like for example, another thing, like tie it back to gaming, Call of Duty. Call of Duty can fix a lot of their problems if they just, like I think me and Seth, I think maybe it might have been 78. But we were talking about last night. Literally, instead of having new Call of Duty every single year, new Call of Duty, go back to the old school. New Call of Duty, go back to old school.
Yep.
Do what Resident Evil... I'm telling people, Capcom was onto something when they started doing that with Resident Evil.
I think Mag mentioned it on X and Z. It seems to be the way Ubisoft are going with Assassin's Creed. You're going to start seeing a lot more remakes coming out of Ubisoft when it comes to that franchise, and I think it's a good way forward. I think it's a good way of bringing newer generations into older generation games. It's a clever way of doing it. 78, dude, you're a keyboard warrior. Mobile leads or platforms, when it comes to gaming numbers, 80% for all gamers play on mobile. I can't do it. Sausage fingers, I just can't do it. Mobile games are even running titles in UE5. Even, gee whiz, dude, stop typing.
Yeah, because on the iPhone, there's been several of the mainline RE games that have been ported to run on Apple Silicon.
it's an interesting future for gaming.
Yep.
But it's not all doom and gloom and all of that lovely stuff. Yes, PlayStation have kind of crapped the bed. Xbox, hopefully, will snatch the title the next generation. But Xbox were in the news, obviously, last week with the hard reset, and one big thing that came out of the Xbox news was idSoftware is down to one developer. No, they're not. They are not down to one developer. They are perfectly fine. Yes, they have lost a load of people at the studio. They are now reportedly down to the equivalent of what they were when they were making Doom 2016. I know that I'm going to bring it up, and I brought it up on your Monday morning sesh when I dropped in just to say hello. But they're fine. Id are fine. They're not going anywhere. As I said in Aero's chat, id made the best Doom game, which was Doom 2016. Don't get me wrong, I loved Eternal. I loved the whole verticality of it. The newer one, not so much. It wasn't my cup of tea.
I was gonna say, also too, Doom 2016 was the only one, if you think about it, that was the full package.
Yeah.
Which, you know, I had my issues with Eternal and the Dark Ages for pacing and gameplay issues. Not saying that they're objectively terrible games. It's just, for me, I thought Doom Eternal, it was just your movement wasn't as fast enough as they wanted you to be able to be to move around the map as snappy as they wanted. Because you could tell by the map layouts, you were supposed to move faster than what your initial movement speed was. Yeah, and then the Dark Ages just too big. You're just a tank that's just plopped down in the middle of enemies and told, have fun.
Yep, it's one of them. I know we were Simply Nerf. Hello, my friend.
Welcome in.
Welcome.
Eternal felt, and he states in the chat, Eternal felt more like Mario Maker. I hated the jumping section. It did not feel like Doom. Well, I can see where you're going with that. Me, Doom 2016 felt like Doom. It felt like old school Doom. They started bolting like silly stuff onto the sequels, and the story was jarring. They haven't done. I don't even think with this new DLC that they're tying it into 2016, because this obviously the newer one is the Doom: The Dark Ages is the prequel to Doom 2016. I don't even know if they've actually tied 2016 into this DLC. Obviously, I've not jumped into it.
Yeah, I want to, and that's the thing. Like, I'm torn because I'm like, I saw the trailer for the Doom DLC, and I'm like, that actually looks really good. Why couldn't that have been the game?
Yeah, and because I actually watched, was up early. I woke up early because of this heat of the morning, and Arcane was playing his live stream of Doom, and I actually put in his chat and said, "How are you finding it?" He goes, "Well, I've been looking forward to it. I've been wanting to play it, but I've only been playing for 30 minutes. Can't really tell you." And then that Blue Number was in the chat, and she actually stated that the spear, because you get a spear in this new DLC for Doom, has a really high learning curve, and if you don't know what you're doing, it kind of sucks to use. I'm like, well, why are they making Doom so goddamn complicated? You literally shoot stuff.
There's a reason why there's a whole genre of games called run and gun.
Oh yes, and that's you've got to think they need to go back to that. If they are supposedly making more games, but yes, it does suck. They did lose a lot of people over at the studio. 78 knows about that. We were talking in Discord when it all dropped. We were all in a Discord server. It's affected. Is it your daughter? 78, I think it's affected. It is a shame. These studios are bloated. There's a lot of people that are just doing the same jobs as everyone else, and obviously Asha's gone in with a scalpel. She hasn't gone in with a sledgehammer. She's gone in with a scalpel, because no games have been cancelled and no studios have been closed. She has surgically pinpointed what she wants to do with Xbox.
Yeah.
Yes, we've lost people, but Doom are not Doom, idSoftware are supposedly working, or were reportedly considering working on a perfect dark game.
I actually like what Simply Nerf said. He said games do this all the time. They grow from a formula, then overcomplicate it. Yeah, and that's why all these studios are struggling. They balloon the industry thinking more people equals more revenue equals more games, and then the cycle continues. That was just that wasn't what happened.
Nope.
At all.
Ubisoft did a prime example of that. Assassin's Creed.
Yep.
You had a bloody good formula with Assassin's Creed 2 onwards, and then you got to the RPGs. Don't get me wrong, Origins was an amazing game. But then you started adding the fluff. That's when it gets stupid.
Yeah.
And look at them going, oh, hang on, we kind of didn't hit where we wanted to with Shadows. Don't get me wrong, Shadows was a damn good game. I'm actually going to play the DLC before I start Black Flag because it's supposed to tie in. And one little snippet of trivia for you. I know they brought the rifts back for Black Flag, haven't they? The Animus rifts that you can go into.
Yeah.
There's a teaser, potentially, for Hex. There's a church that resembles, I can't remember the name of the church. It's a German church, and it supposedly held some of the most brutal parts of the witch trials. Is in a rift. There's something to say, if you're playing Black Flag and you like your Assassin's Creed lore, keep an eye out for that, because that's the one thing I do like about Ubisoft. They do kind of like sneak little bits in. But a perfect dark game from id would have been dope. That would have been dope. But they were supposed to be doing co-op as well. Co-op Doom.
That would have been awesome. Honestly, go back to 2016 and relearn what made that great.
Yep.
And then figure out how to make it co-op. That would sell so. Also, classic multiplayer. Stop trying to iterate on crap that you have no business iterating on.
Just do deathmatch.
Deathmatch. That's all you need. That's it.
If you think Quake's going to come with a load, when they eventually release Quake, you honestly think that's going to come with a plethora of different game types? Deathmatch, because that's what Quake was designed for. Deathmatch. End of. So expect that when they eventually release Quake, because that is another game that is in development. It is there.
Yep.
But they've also come out and stated that this is over on WCC FTech again, because obviously it kind of aimed towards them sometimes. They've come out with a statement. Thank you for all the support this week. While our studio was impacted, those changes were spread across teams. We still have the crew we need to build the games and tech we're known for. The team today is about the same size as we were when we made Doom 2016. We have always had a flat studio where everyone is a maker, and we will remain true to the philosophy moving forward. We are focused on supporting each other and the team members impacted. We're going to keep building the great games and tech that have defined us for the past 35 years. Damn, I feel old. I remember the first Doom. And we're looking forward to seeing you at QuakeCon in August. So I can see a lot of things happening over at id. I think they've trimmed the fat.
Yep.
Let's get back to making some cracking
Well, also
games.
too, think about what Asha was saying. 14 levels of management. How many of those tiers of management did people at id have to go through to do anything?
A lot. You only have to look at Dark Ages.
True.
Just look at Dark Ages.
True.
I'm with you. Doom 2016, best game that they've done in that series. To be perfectly honest, I loved Doom 2016. It felt like old school Doom. I felt like a kid again.
Yeah, for me, I think it was just for Eternal and the Dark Ages. I think for me, I just couldn't wrap my head around it being a full package like the way 2016 was.
Yeah. 78 Inc. It would have been awesome to see a Halo and Doom crossover. No, stop with the crossovers. I've had enough of that with Fortnite. Just leave it alone. Doom stays with Doom. Halo stays with Halo. If you want stuff like that, they can make a whole separate game which has every single Xbox mascot in it.
Actually, 7080, if you want stuff like that, go back to the Game Boy Advance and play the Crash and Spyro crossovers and come back and give me that same response.
Yeah. And simply the simply nerf, the simplicity was everything. Yes, Doom 2016, simple.
Dude, Battle Pass win.
But yeah, idSoftware is not going anywhere. I know there are a lot of people on in the community that are saying that it's dead. It's going to become a support team. As we said last week with the whole Xbox reset, I think I said it. They're going to merge teams together. That's why I don't think Arcane's going anywhere. If I was to be perfect, I think they're going to get severance packages for the majority of the Arcane employees, but I don't think they're going to kill the studio. I think they're going to go, right, you are going over to Machine Games. All your IPs are going over to Machine Games. We're going to flatten you into one company, and you're just going to make some cracking games going forward. But we will wait and see. That's my thought on Arcane. But Doom, we're going to get more Doom. That's a given. They are making another Doom game. I don't know where to get the time.
Mobile game.
Yes. It are fine. Xbox is fine. The studios are all fine. We don't have to worry about anything. But is there anything else you want to add to the whole id situation, Aero Nation?
I just think that, with the broader thing, everything we're talking about, I just think we're in the middle of the grand reset, and I think consumers are getting to the point where we're starting to push back on, because we were sold that digital was going to be the convenience. We were sold that was the future. Things were going to get cheaper as things got more and more digital. The opposite has happened. We're tired of it.
Yep, just looking through chat. I don't know what the church was, because I know 78's just threw in a couple of names of the church, St. Lawrence, or I think that was St. Lorenz or St. Lawrence. I can't remember what article I saw. I think it was Game Rant that did it. But they showed a screenshot of this, the church in the background. So something to definitely keep your eyes out for with Assassin's Creed. Hope they go, Ryther, hope they go dark on the new Assassin's Creed. They will. This is going to be the darkest one yet. The whole witch trials. The one thing I can confirm, they are pulling all of the supernatural out of it. So I don't know how you can have a witchcraft game without the supernatural. Yeah, we'll find out when we hear more of it, because there is one of the things that I did find in the article. There is supposedly they're getting ready to start drip feeding some hex stuff, so keep an eye on the channel. So once I hear anything, I will probably do some videos on that one, because
where's the wrist blade or hidden blade?
There you go. Sitting in its box, and up here, I need to move. I still haven't moved that picture. I'm going to move that down. Is a picture that was hand painted for me by my ex-partner's sister, Ezio. So yes, if you want Assassin's Creed stuff, I will definitely do it. Simply, if it takes two with Doomslayer and Master Chief. That might work. 78's getting excited there. Digital means a monopoly, simply enough. Yeah, digital, it's just the way forward. When it comes to PlayStation, they've got full monopoly. That's the problem. I've got a feeling regulators are going to start hammering down on this. With the whole PlayStation news, I think you're going to start seeing a lot of regulators going, hang on a minute, you're taking the market share. Don't think so.
Well, here's the thing too, especially here in the States with Walmart. I think I brought this up a week or two ago. Here in the States, I think they got into it retailers over here, especially with Walmart and stuff, because they wanted to have the physical games, but they didn't want to have the purchasable little vouchers.
Yeah.
Well, now they're basically begging retailers to put the vouchers in. And it's what, these retailers don't owe you anything. If anything, you're just taking up floor space of other stuff that people are actually going to buy on a regular basis.
Yep. I think I saw your message right before you retracted it. I know what you were going with that message. Mate, I'm a massive AC fan. I have got all the collector's editions bar Odyssey and Shadows. I got all of them. And Valhalla. Didn't get the mod. I got the wrist blade instead. So yeah, Assassin's Creed, definitely my thing. The one thing my missus does like to take the mickey out of me with, I can never remember the name of the birds that each assassin has. I can remember the name of the assassins, I just can't remember the name of the birds. That's why I like the fact of some of them don't have birds in. It's brilliant. 78 Inc., yeah, especially the EU regulators, mate, they will hammer PlayStation. They will nail them to a wall with Monopoly.
Yep.
They are in trouble. As we said at the start of the show, PlayStation are in trouble. They are in big trouble. We're going to see
Legal.
this manifest. Yeah, we're going to see this. We're going to see this manifest over the next, say, 6-7 months, even not longer, because obviously you got till 2028 to retract what they're doing. Right there, I misspell. My bad. Hey, don't worry about it, mate. We all do it. Trust me. I had the Mickey taken out of me. I don't keyboard type like this. I keyboard type like this.
Yeah, and that's how I do it too. But I'm weird. I've like combined the two somehow.
No, I can do really fast typing with these two fingers. It's one of them. I think it's from all the PC playing back in the day where it was all. It's this.
I didn't think about it. Maybe that's what my thing is too. Because I was originally on PC in the late '90s as a really young
Yep.
kid playing them.
I was playing the likes of Fear and stuff like that. Mouse and keyboard. Didn't have no wireless joypads back then. My partner takes the mickey out of me. I'll sit here with my wireless pad, and she goes, "Well, you've just bought a PC for gaming and doing your show, and you're playing with a pad."
Yeah.
Well, they invented it, so we'll use it.
It's like, have you tried to play most games on keyboard and mouse after not doing it for a long time or never at all? Yeah, it's not fun.
They used to have. I didn't have gaming mice because obviously gaming mice were quite kind of a new thing, really, aren't they? They're not massive. They weren't massive back then. Remember the old rollerballs?
I used to take them out.
No, but you know the mouse that was inverted. It was like an inverted, and you just had the big ball on the top. I used to game with that. You imagine the reflexes I had playing Counter-Strike using that thing. I was getting headshots. Can't you? This thing, not a chance in hell.
Yeah. It's funny, back before we switched to like the digital sensors and mice, I used to love to take the old mice apart and just take the little rolling ball out. I don't know why, but it was fun.
And clean out all of the lint that I'd got in it and all this, that lovely stuff that gets stuck in
that?
Yeah. What's that black stuff that's all in my mouse? Oh, it's my hand. But yeah, it's fine. They're not going anywhere. We're going to get more Doom. We're going to find out more at QuakeCon next month. So...
Also, I was going to say one more thing. Doom, id, Bethesda, whoever, please make things right with Mick Gordon. Please bring him back.
Yes. And 78 Inc., you better not be pulling my leg there. He has come out and stated, Hex, news just came up. The game will be $69.99 standard edition. That's dollars. $89.99 for the deluxe and $120 for the collector's edition. I might have to, if that is the case, I'm going to have to sweet talk my missus. If and when that game comes out and then all of a sudden these podcasts stop, that could be the reason why. She's lynched me. The PC will be paid off by then. That's fine. According to a leaker. Which leaker? 78. Which leaker was it?
I like hearing stuff from leakers, but when it comes to like people actually trying to stand on the stuff these people are saying, I don't buy it until I hear it from the horse's mouth anymore.
Yeah, that is true.
It gets annoying.
The only leaker I tend to know that he's telling the utmost truth is the one for Resident Evil. And that guy just nails everything. Every video I did about Requiem up until launch, he hit every single bit of information. He even stated the whole... Well, he did tell a lie. He was like, no, Leon's not coming in. I think he was told by Capcom, shut up. Do not say nothing. But yeah, we're still going to get stuff. QuakeCon, who knows? They might announce next Doom, might even announce Quake. Oh, that would be dope. Imagine if they bring Quake out on the 25th anniversary of Xbox.
I think Quake is the one that they're going to be working on next. Because me personally, after the Dark Ages, I think me and you, I've talked to you about this before. I thought that Doom and Wolfenstein were going to get put on the back burner for a while.
Yeah. It was a Rogue TX, was it? Oh, that could be true then, because he has Rogue has done quite a lot of leaking when it comes to Assassin's Creed, and he has as well hit the nail on the head with a lot of information. Obviously, if I do a video or anything like that and it's from a leaker, it's always take it with a pinch of salt. It's one of them. Yeah, even I kind of have to read between the lines a little bit, because if I remember rightly, the whole rumour with the next Assassin's Creed is Ezio supposed to be in it as a mentor, and you're kind of like, okay, how's that work? He's dead. Spoiler. But another game from Xbox's camp that everyone has been kicking off about over the last week is Avowed 2 and Obsidian. It's not dead. Why the hell? I love it. It takes one person on a Reddit forum to go, Avowed's cancelled. Everyone loses their mind. It's not dead. They have put it on the back burner because they are now making Fallout. Hey! The original team, Todd Howard's been told he's got to share his toys, and he's probably kicking and screaming in a dark room somewhere crying. What do you think of this? Where to start?
Yeah. Well, also too, I had a thought that I was gonna bring up, and I was also trying to remember can you just remember what game we were talking about?
Avowed.
Oh yeah, Avowed. I'm not gonna lie, I really am indifferent on it. I tried the first Avowed, and me, Apollyon Crow, and my wife, we all kind of got into it, played it for a little bit, and then we all hit different weird walls of the game where it's like, for me specifically, I was like 1 or 2 hits away from death, fighting like 4 or 5 different knights, and then the game auto-saved right before I got hit, and I was stuck in it forever. It was I think it was one of those missions you couldn't run away, you couldn't go anywhere else, you had to fight, and I was like,
you were stuck in a forever loop.
Yep.
Yeah, I had the same issue with Cthulhu, the Cosmic Abyss. I remember telling you about the whole stairs disappearing, and it had auto-saved in UE5 just before it. I was like, I've got to redo the whole level. I didn't rate Avowed. I didn't play it. I watched my partner play it, and I thought, it's a bit too colourful for me. Compared to that original launch trailer, that original showing of Avowed, which was very dark and the arrows coming in from the valley. Now, if it had been like that, whole different kettle of fish. I would have loved playing that, but I just thought Avowed, supposedly it didn't do very well with sales anyway. They haven't canned Avowed 2. They've put it on the back burner, and they will repitch it to Xbox at a future date. But if they're doubling down and going back to Fallout, I never played New Vegas. Never played it. I was kind of hit and miss with Fallout.
Yeah.
I know people love it. I think people love New Vegas a lot more than they do Fallout 3 and 4. Maybe because it's the original developers.
Yeah, I couldn't get into. I've said this before. I respect the Bethesda games and the people that like them, but for me, I tried to get into Fallout 3, didn't hit. Tried to get into New Vegas, kind of hit for a little bit and then fell off.
Yeah.
Tried Fallout 4, fell off. Skyrim, Oblivion. I respect them for what they are. I'm not saying they're bad games. It's just for me, I can't get into them.
I find Bethesda games, and I know if Red Wolf is, I know he's busy, so he's probably not watching or listening. I'm not a massive Bethesda fan. If I was, I'll play them. Don't get me wrong. If something drops, I'll play Starfield. I did one full playthrough. Same with Fallout. Did a playthrough. I think it was Fallout 4. I liked the base building. I really did like the base building in that. You could get lost in the base building and make an entire little civilization of your own. But I thought the stories were a bit meh. They just lacked some punch. Skyrim, I really did enjoy that. But even that, I have to admit, I used the exploit where you could duplicate the totem that you find in a bookcase and go from level 1 to level 99 in like 5 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah. They patched it. But no, I enjoy Skyrim. I like the premise of Skyrim. I thought that was good. But for me, Fallout, it was kind of one of them. You could pick it up, play it for about 2 or 3 hours, and then not go back to it for a couple of months and carry on as normal. I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing what Obsidian do with a new Fallout. I think it's the right move for them to pull Todd Howard away from the franchise. So we will have to wait and see on that. But Avowed 2, personally, for me, not bothered. Not bothered at all. But for any Avowed fans, whether you're watching now or you are watching after the fact, it is safe. They've just been told, you're not making your own games. We're focusing on Fallout, which we kind of knew was happening because they want to try and get this another Fallout out ready for the next season on Prime. Why wouldn't you just take advantage of Obsidian? They know what they're doing. Grounded, I have to admit, Grounded is good. I will give them credit. Grounded is
Grounded's
really
not bad.
Good. But Avowed, you can tell that was a passion project. What's chat's going ballistic, because I can tell there's a lot of people who are Avowed fans here, because it's about time. Typhus Neon, I liked Avowed, but I found the dialogue flat most of the time. Yeah, wasn't it AI?
I don't remember. I don't think that it was. At least I don't remember hearing anything about that.
And Wraith has even stated the same. Dialogue killed Avowed for me. I just found it looked like a game's 5-year-old had coloured in with crayon.
Yeah, I liked the way it looked and the way it played for the most part. Like I said, it was just mainly, I just felt like, all right, come on, give me something I actually want to do. Come on, let's go.
The Simply Nerfed, the dialogue was always what made them good. Like the Outer Worlds first playthrough was incredible, but struggled to replay it, but never touched Avowed. Yeah, I played through all of the Outer Worlds 1, not touched 2. I can't bring myself to do it. I don't know why, but I played through all of Outer Worlds 1 and its DLC. This is how much I enjoyed Outer Worlds. I bought the DLC, but I didn't own the game because I had it in Game Pass, but I still bought the DLC. But I enjoyed that. But I've not done the sequel, because the sequel, they kind of went backwards a little bit from what I saw in the trailers. The story was a bit, I'm always one of these, you see a trailer, and if it doesn't grip you in that first couple of minutes, you're kind of like, nope.
Here's the thing I don't understand about Obsidian, though. It's like, okay, so you have another season of Fallout, or not Fallout, Fallout, I almost said Far Cry. Fallout coming out. Dude, like, how many years have the Bethesda diehards have been asking for a New Vegas remake? Or even a remaster? Like, something.
Yep. I think they're going to double down. This is going to be out really quick. I don't think we're going to be waiting too long to see this Fallout game. I think Asha will crack the whip, and they are going to be on fire.
Yep.
And it will come out around the same time as the next season. And I wish them all the best. I really do, because I know it's all changed at Xbox, and the teams have been shrunk and all the rest of it. But it's one of them. Obviously, Obsidian is hit and miss. For me, personally, the games they are hit and miss. They're very much like Bethesda. It's that kind of RPG, whether or not the story grabs you, whether or not the gameplay grabs you. They've not got this, like... It's not like Doom. Doom, when you buy Doom, you know what you get. When you buy a Bethesda or an Obsidian RPG, you don't know what you get. It's kind of like that. But chat, you guys are loving the fact that we brought up Avowed 2 and Fallout.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Simply Nerf. Yeah, the trailer put me off too. Yeah, the trailer did absolutely nothing. I really should have turned my phone off vibrate.
Just
Yeah, on my desk, and the desk's actually only about this thick, so it's like straight through the palm of my hand while I'm scrolling the mouse. Without mods, the games wouldn't have survived as long as they did. So yes, Simply Nerf, completely agree with you. If
just
the
get you one of these for your keyboard,
Yeah.
and then just sit your phone on it. It almost mutes the vibration.
Next time, I'm just muting it. It's not like I did when I was recording that one of the outtakes of my ill video. I forgot to actually mute the phone, so somebody tried phoning me when I was hey! Yeah, that's annoying. The fans kept them alive. Yeah, Bethesda and Obsidian, unless they have mods, they really wouldn't survive the test of time. It's the fans that keep these going. But rest assured, we are going to be getting a new Fallout. I'm sure when we eventually get on to the Renegade Realm podcast, I'm sure Red Wolf's going to be all over Bethesda and Obsidian and Fallout. He's going to be loving this. But the last bit of news, because it's one of them. We've just got to wait and see what happens with Obsidian. Actually, we have to wait for everything when it comes to Xbox. Nobody knows what the hell's going on.
Wait for the dust to settle.
Yeah. 78, don't start, mate. I know.
Yep,
I want ill now.
I'm actually kind of thinking about it.
Yeah. Dude, after watching these trailers, that new story trailer that dropped at Summer Games Fest, and then doing that video, and obviously doing that video, I'm constantly watching that footage. And it's when he stabs that guy in the head and his entire bottom half just falls off. He's just like, oh, please.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait. Yes. Trust me, 78, there's going to be a lot of ill stuff coming to the channel. I'm going to be all over that like a wet rash. Do it, Aero Nation, he says. You're going to have... He's testing you there, mate.
I got a year.
Yeah. Yeah. You've been tested by 78, and if I remember rightly, it was last week that Grandpa Barbecue, who isn't here yet, he's probably asleep because it's almost like 4 in the morning there. He was the one that said that I should stream ill on my channel. I've watched enough of that footage to go, nah, that's staying purely in my living room, and I'm hoping it's Xbox Play Anywhere, because if it is, that would be absolutely dope. Seth Monsters, it looks very interesting. Yes, you should stream it also. Don't start at 78. Don't start. No. I am not being baited. No. If I have to, I will set a sub-milestone before I even get to that point.
Yeah, you're right, Iron Balls.
Oh, Aero, you'll have to do the new bloopers for... It can't be any better than that video that 78 put up in the Discord with their routine.
Oh,
that was dope. That little girly. Now, none of you have heard, obviously me and Aero will speak to 78 on Discord, and he's a man's man. He's a man's man. But for him to scream like a 5-year-old girl, that was just chef's kiss. That was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I was laughing my head off watching that. But we'll move on from ill because I could talk about that for another hour. Blood of the Dawn, the blood of Dawnwalker. Get the title right. Even though Red Wolf calls it the same, he calls it the blood of the Dawnwalker. It flows off.
The blood of Dawnwalker.
Yeah, but it flows off better with that extra the.
Well, just remember T-Bod.
Yeah. They've hit a milestone. Now, obviously, the game's not out until beginning of September. And this is the last bit of news for tonight, everyone. We've hit our hour and a half.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, hit the subscribe, like. If you're watching after the fact, do the same. And if you have enjoyed it, hit us up in the comments as well. But Blood of Dawnwalker has reached 2 million wish lists on Steam. It's not out till September.
Yep.
We're ending on a little bit of high. There's no massive, we're not going to go dive
controversy
here. We're not going to dive into the game too much because we did that the other week. But 2 million, that is insane for pre-order. Absolutely nuts. That's up there with Resident Evil.
Have a good night, Simply Nerf.
You're going off, are you? Simply have a good night, my friend. Here. Yeah, thank you. Obviously, it's another one of my fellow work colleagues, so thank you for coming along, and I will see you when I'm back in work, which is not until the end of the week. Thank God. Matt, what about female NPCs in Black Flag controversy? You like to dig up the most randomest stuff
Drama.
you can find. Yes, Simply Nerf, our favourite little place. Not really. I'm looking on my soundboard.
You'll say simply, I think you forgot the word least in there in that sentence somewhere.
Yeah, it's more like this for work. Whenever I clock in, yes, gotta love it. But yeah, Blood of Dawnwalker. Is it something that you've got your eye on? Because I know we've covered it on a Gaming News Live before. Is it something that you see more of? and you're looking, maybe touching when it drops, or
Yeah, I'm like the more the more that you talk about it and the more stuff I see from like your videos and stuff, I'm like, okay, if he's willing to vouch for this game from what he can
yeah,
see, and I'm like, I'm somewhat interested. And that's the thing too. I like finding games that like there's just enough to kind of make me go, okay, I'm gonna try to take a mental note of that, remember that later, and then hearing people talk about it over time, it's like, okay, I need to look more into this. I'm actually kind of like, okay, this actually might be a really good game.
it looked, as I've said in the video. I think I did a video for it, and I also stated,
I didn't
yeah,
know Michael Jackson was in the game.
I had noticed that one had it flagged up on my chat. Blood of Moonwalker. Yeah, great minds think alike there, Era.
Yep.
It's one of a Legacy of Kain, and I'm on about the original top-down one. I think it was a Gaming News Live. We were talking about it when we were talking about Blood of Dawnwalker. It's got that vibe, that old school, very gothic horror. It's the way they're taking this as a saga that really intrigues me, because it's modern day sections in that trailer, and I was just like, dude, if this is like Interview with a Vampire, I'm done. Yeah, take my money now. But yeah, I wish them the best of luck with this game. It is looking absolutely insane. If you want to go check out a load of their deep dive videos, I think they've done 3 video logs with regards to gameplay, mission structure, and all of that lovely stuff. Go and check out Rebel Wolves' YouTube channel. I'm excited for this. But 2 million wish list. Congratulations to Rebel Wolves, and I really do hope that they knock this one out of the park. Another little bit of news that isn't on the topics list, it actually dropped Thursday last week. I was going to do a video on it, still might do a video on it. I did a video when I first started the channel. It's from a little development team called Concrete Realms in the UK. I think it's Concrete Realms. They did a game called Ends. Well, they're doing a game called Ends. It's in pre-alpha. It's very much testing and all the rest of it. It's GTA in London. And they've just dropped a brand new video log for the game. So, obviously, I did a video trying to give them a bit of a push. Yeah. I did the video to try and give them a bit of a push. I even put a comment in their first video log saying I've done a video trying to support them, because they are a 10-man development team working in their spare time on top of doing their own jobs. So go over and check that out. Just search Ends on Concrete Realms in YouTube, and they haven't got a lot of videos on the channel. It's just a couple of video logs. Go and give them some support, because this game looks like it's a labour of love, and they're a little indie team. Go and support them. It does look good. Looks a bit janky because they're still putting it together, but fair dues to the community on that game. They gave all the music to them for their little tech demo. All their hip-hop tracks and stuff that are in the tech demo were provided by the community. And the voiceovers. Now, this is where AAA gets it wrong. Get the staff to do the voiceovers, or get the community to do it, because that's what this little 10-man dev team have done. They got the community to do the voiceovers for all characters. So I think it's pretty cool. So yeah, just a little thing I thought I'd throw in at the end. But that is it. We have done all of our topics for tonight. What else is there in chat other than 78 getting the name of the game completely wrong? At least I only put a "the" in it. Right there, they look like fine people. It's just Wiz. McLovin. Oh, have I said hello to you, my friend? If I haven't, hello.
Hello, McLovin.
I'll do my Obi-Wan. Hello. Nah, fuck modern game. So I'm going retro with an brigade. Yeah, we're all going to end up back on retro. That's why I never ditched my consoles. I've still got my 360 and I've still got my original Xbox. Yep. And I've still got my Xbox One X. Still got that. That's
nice. I wish I still had a one or some type of the one generation.
I've got, so that technically means I have every single Xbox console in a cupboard somewhere in this house. The only one I haven't got is a Series S because I didn't see the point. But yes, thank you very much, 78. Great gentlemen, good show. Pray this channel is super successful. Love it. Love it.
Thank you. Love
yes. Thank you very much, 78. You know, we do try. We try and pick topics that a lot of the I do topics. Era will throw a few at me. This week he didn't throw any at me because he covered it all on Monday session. We kind of like bounce off each other. So I will send a topics list, and Aero will kind of go, "Oh, I want to talk about this." Yeah, whatever. Bring it to the table.
There was one other game I have been playing. I literally told you about it before we started. I actually jumped into the Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition.
Yes, you did.
Actually, it's pretty cool, especially if you just want to know more about the history of it. There's actually a lot of cool stuff in it, and they have like a whole thing that like lays it out. Obviously, you have to read. Yeah, I know, reading. I know people don't like it, but no, it's actually like just that section of it alone was really cool. But they have 5 different versions. They have the Atari Jaguar, the MS-DOS, PlayStation 1, Game Boy Color, and Game Boy Advance versions of the games that are fully playable from start to finish.
Nice. But before we get out of here, because I am very, very sweaty, obviously, we'll probably, with the heat, we haven't got Renegade Realm tonight. And as I said, go and check him out. I will put a link out. Some of you might already be subscribed to him, but go and check out some of his latest videos. He's dropped a load of shorts. He is doing the same as me and Aero Nation. We're trying to gain some traction with his channel. Go check him out. Magcast is now tomorrow night, since Mag didn't put a post up on the Mag Show channel. He only said it in XNC. Gotta love Mag. Really.
There you go.
There you go. Go check out Red Wolf. Yes, we all love Mag. He always forgets to put a post up. Bless him. We are the only ones tonight on the whole podcast Tuesday, so I hope you've enjoyed it. But before we get out of here, Aero Nation, what have you got coming to your channel?
Yeah, so tomorrow and Thursday are usual game streaming days, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll be picking back up with Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. So make sure you come in and come hang out for that.
Well, for me, there's not a lot. I'm just going to keep scouring the news, see what tickles my fancy. Obviously, I might do a ends video. I don't know how I can add to it, really, compared to what I did with my first video, so I'm kind of like hit and miss with whether I'm going to do that. But yes, I'm keeping my eyes peeled for any news that kind of goes, ooh, do a video. It's a bit dry at the moment. Or it's a rehash of about 50 million other news stories I've already done and we've covered on Gaming News Live. So it's kind of like, it's that dry spell during summer. You do not get a lot of news now. It's Gamescom's the next one. So you watch, news will just come flooding out at the end of August and we won't know what to do with ourselves.
Oh,
but yes.
And Tokyo Game Show.
Yeah, Tokyo Game Show and the Game Awards. And no, I will not be streaming the Game Awards because it doesn't finish until like 3 in the morning over here. And it's like, nah.
Copyright crazy.
Oh, God, it's bad enough for the Xbox Showcase, but I got copyrighted for that. Yep. That got a warning. Well, it wasn't a warning. It's may cause you an issue. No, you don't even get slapped for it. It just comes up and goes, this might cause you an issue later in the future. Okay. I'm not monetized yet, so I don't care. Yeah, we've got that to come. I will be, as much as Aero Nation didn't know about it, we will be streaming on this channel, if Aero is free, the opening night live of Gamescom in August. So once, I think it's the 25th.
Should be good, but we'll work it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But I've booked the week off. I booked that week off specifically because I thought, gotta stream Gamescom. Gotta see what comes out of Gamescom. So yeah, Jeff Keighley will be back again. God, we see too much of Jeff Keighley in a 12-month period. He's everywhere.
I like him better when he was at YouTube.
Yeah. But yeah, it's one of them. Got that coming. So if you want all of your gaming news raw and unedited, come and join the channel. Go over and check out Aero Nation, my amazing co-host as well. He is linked in the description. And as I said, if I remember, once this goes into a video on demand, I will send the lovely man a collaboration as well, because YouTube doesn't like you doing it before it goes VOD, which is a pain in the backside. It'd be nice if they could sort something out where you could do it for the live stream.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah, it would be nice, but it's YouTube. But yeah, as I said before, go and check to make sure if you are subscribed to the channel that your notifications are turned to full, because YouTube are doing the usual and turn it personalized again, so you won't get a notification, which is a pain in the arse, because I know a lot of people that have said, when do you go live? Tuesday. Every Tuesday, 9 o'clock.
4 p.m.
Yes, 9 p.m. over in the sunny UK at the moment. It is very,
4
very
p.m.
warm.
over here.
Yes, but yes, we will be back next week for another episode of Gaming News Live. Keep an eye on the channel. If I drop anything, it will be... Normally, I aim for like game reviews on a Friday. If I've got a game to review, that is, tend to drop the reviews on a Friday to do better for the weekend. Any new stuff, I tend to drop Sunday, Monday. So it's one of them. See what happens. But yes, we are going to get out of here. Anything else you want to add, Aero, before we go, other than the chat? You are amazing. You've been awesome tonight.
Yeah, just thank you guys so much for supporting what we do. Like, we genuinely could not... all this in its current capacity would not be existing without you guys. And so, thank you.
We do this for you. I dragged Aero Nation in, kicking and screaming, since it started out as a solo show. But you know what? There's nothing worse than having to talk to yourself. It's kind of annoying. So, yes, thank you. I will say it now. Thank you, Aero Nation, for being my co-host. You're awesome, mate. And the other thing that did drop is I am in the top 25% on vidIQ for views in a week period. So, yes.
For sub 1,000 subscribers, I believe?
Yeah, and 0 to 1,000, I got a notification that it's now... I had one for videos, or... can't remember. I'll put it up on one of Gaming News Live. I actually got another one. It's about views per week. And I'm in the top 25. So I'm obviously doing something right, and I'm glad you're all enjoying it. Yes, go and check out my brother from another mother over here. Link in the description below. And we will see you all next week for another episode of Gaming News Live. Peace out, people.
Guys.
See you later.
Humans, what have you learned?